Welcome to Current Issues. I'm Vineet Malhotra. Salman Khan has courted controversy yet again, not for racing, shooting or punching this time, but for being named as the Goodwill Ambassador for the Rio Olympics. There is furor, there is support, and then there is the truth. Why Salman Khan? The IOA believes that the actor can give the athletes the much required boost that they would not have already garnered by being picked for the greatest quest of their life in the first place. Secondly, the Olympic Association also feels that the financial investment or sponsorship will gain ground if a popular Bollywood actor is the poster boy for this particular tournament. How does this all play down with all of us? Is there any one area in the sports domain that does not have a Bollywood star imposing his or her power quotient? We will find out today with our guests. I'm pleased to welcome Vishal Uppal into the studio. Vishal is a former Davis Cup player. Vishal, thank you so much for talking to us. And we have Mr. Murad Ali Khan, gold medalist for the Manchester Commonwealth Games. Sir, thank you so much for being with us in the studio. And we have Anna Vatikard, film critic, joining us live. Anna, very warm welcome to the show. We will delve into this particular debate, but before that, let's look at all these comments which are coming for and against Salman Khan.
Look, I believe in that as well. I think especially if there are no shortage of real sportsmen in this country, and people have done some massive things in this country and for the country as well and for Olympic sports. I would have been more happy if someone like Abhinav Mitra or someone would have been made the brand ambassador, because I personally feel that sportsmen do not need publicity. Sportsmen do the job for the country because that's their passion. They play sport because they want to do something for the country.
योगेश्वर दत्त ने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा है, परंतु योगेश्वर दत्त असली हीरो है और सलमान खान फिल्मी हीरो है। मेडल तो असली हीरो लाएंगे, सलमान खान तो मेडल ला नहीं सकता, इसलिए योगेश्वर दत्त को सलमान खान की बिल्कुल परवाह नहीं करनी चाहिए।
इतना ह्यूमिलेशन है उन चैंपियंस के लिए जो ओलंपिक्स में जा रहे हैं कि जब वो जा रहे हों उनका गुडविल एम्बेसडर सलमान खान है, जबकि होना चाहिए था किसी ओलंपिक चैंपियन को। वी हैव चैंपियंस, ऐसा नहीं है कि हमारे पास चैंपियंस नहीं है।
कि ये आईओए का डिसीजन जो है ये बिल्कुल गलत डिसीजन है कि सरकार को जो है इस चीज के अंदर इंटरवीन करना चाहिए।
Well, let's straight jump into this particular debate, and if you have any questions or you want to share your opinion, you're most welcome to call us at 01204990017 and 18. Vishal Uppal, let's start with you. Is there something wrong in the way we pick up our ambassadors?
Well, I think on this front, definitely, I think the IOA has erred, because there's nothing wrong with picking up a brand ambassador for a Bollywood star, but again, then picking up someone with such a checkered past always, raises questions. And again, he's a goodwill ambassador, appointed as a goodwill ambassador. Now, what is a goodwill ambassador? That's the real question. They haven't specified that he's a brand ambassador who's going to raise money for sports in India. So there's a lot of confusion about that, and I think that's where they've erred. Right, Murad, do you feel that it's not the concept of picking up the goodwill ambassador? It's the concept of picking up Salman that has irked and irritated people the most. Just like Vishal mentioned that his past is not that much of a big deal when it comes to talking about propriety. So that is the reason he's being targeted.
See, I don't think as such very few people have personally targeted him, that it is because of that. Most of the people have issues that it should have been a sports person as a goodwill ambassador and not a film star. That has been the main concern. But I personally believe that we need visibility for Olympic sport today in this country, and since the time he has been appointed till today, if you see the number of people who have become aware of Olympic sport in this country, I think the purpose has been served. Even after 2-3 days, if he is removed also as a goodwill ambassador, right, the debate will carry on that he was appointed, he has been. But today in the villages, in small towns where people didn't know anything about Olympic sport, they have started talking about Olympic sport, which is very, very good. I will give you a very simple example. Okay, today in your channel, when Vishal and me came, if I would have got off the car and walked straight inside, the guard would have stopped me. He would have stopped even Vishal, because we are not in spite of whatever achievement he has, or I have, we have still not the faces to be who people recognize, who they can relate to. But at the same time, we need somebody with whom people and masses can relate to, who will not be stopped at the gate and given the entry, where he can spread the message and just the awareness of the Olympics. Forget about anything else.
But my question on that is it fair enough to disregard all the Olympic champions we've had from this country and disregard sport? I mean, to be honest, I've never seen the last time when a Hindi movie was nominated for the Oscars, I did not see an athlete becoming a brand ambassador for that. So why should a Bollywood star be appointed? I get your point. I get your point that of course it sells, it brand sells. But here's my problem: if we don't change this mindset, in the next 4 years we'll be having the exact same debate. We'll be going through the same stuff. There has to be change. Change has to come about.
But in the past, in the past, let me finish. In the past, we've also had Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, who was appointed as the goodwill ambassador for the 2012 London Olympics. No furor was created then. So obviously, it has to do something with the person. It doesn't have anything to do with the concept.
If somebody has personal enmity with him, good luck to him. I mean, that's personal feelings. Nobody. So let's not get into that personal this thing. But as far, just to answer Vishal's question, I mean, not concern, not the question, really the concern. We definitely have good and respected sports persons in this country, but unfortunately, we do not get the kind of respect from the masses which we should be getting. That which is there, and if the day we start getting that, we will not need any outside support. But to reach that stage, we will need outside support to reach that stage.
Okay, let me also get Vishal. Let me also get Anna into the conversation. Anna, Salman Khan being appointed as the goodwill ambassador for the Rio Olympics. Do you see a problem with that? Because a lot of people do.
Yes, I do see a problem with that. And firstly, I'd just like to point out to Murad Sahab that it would be very sad if he were to see it as a personal attack against Salman, or claim that there is a personal enmity with Salman if someone were to say that Salman should not be the brand ambassador or the goodwill ambassador for India's Rio Olympics contingent. That is not what it is at all. There are many important issues and principles here. First, I think ideally, our Olympic sports contingent should be having, if we have a goodwill ambassador, whatever that means, should be a sports person, an achiever in sports. Now, Murad Sahab is very humble to say that he is not a recognizable face, or Vishal is not a recognizable face. But I would like to point out to him that what would be most wonderful would have been, for instance, a partnership between Indian cricket and the IOA. Indian cricketers are perhaps even more deified in this country than movie stars. So I would defy anyone to tell me that a Dhoni or a Sachin or a Virat Kohli being a goodwill ambassador for the sport Olympics contingent would not get the team, get our sports persons visibility. Second, it is not only about whether or not a movie star should be an ambassador. The question also is which movie star.
Exactly.
Whether we like it or not, and whether Salman supporters like it or not, he is a controversial person, and in a very unsavory way. This is a man, in addition to the black buck shooting case, in addition to the hit and run case, this is a man about whom there has been consistent rumors that he has inflicted violence on the women in his life. Aishwarya Rai finally came out and stated on the record that he had been physically and verbally violent with her. And Salman chose to not.
You know, Anna, it's very curious that you happen to mention Aishwarya's name, because we'll just show you a bite in which it seems like Aishwarya Rai, the former Miss World, is kind of supporting Salman Khan.
So I just want to know that since you belong to the Bollywood fraternity and there's a big debate going on with Salman Khan becoming the brand ambassador for Rio Games. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I just have to say that anybody who's doing good to represent the country, and anyone who is working or speaking or standing up for the betterment of whatever vocation we have in our country, be it sports, be it art, be it music, I think that's wonderful, and that's what needs to be recognized.
So, Anna, coming back to you, don't you think it's a travesty in itself that in a single sport nation like India, you have no choice but to depend on Bollywood to promote any kind of other sports, be it kabaddi, be it football, be it hockey?
I disagree with you when you say that there is no choice. But first, I must clarify that I do not think that Aishwarya was supporting Salman. What do you expect her to say? Since she issued the statement on Salman physically abusing her, and it's been more than a decade since she did that,
Right.
I mean almost a decade, she has not spoken about it since then, and this is a very awkward position for any woman to be in. So, you know, that question being directed at her, I think was a little unfair. And no, she was not supporting Salman, so let us not make it seem like she was. Second, it is not true that we don't have a choice. Even if you don't accept my suggestion of a partnership between the cricket team and our Olympics contingent, are you seriously telling me that our IOA believes that the public does not know Milkha Singh, PT Usha?
Right.
Maybe the public thinks,
Anna,
maybe
speaking-
the IOA
speak-
thinks
speak-
that
speaking
older
of Milkha
sportspersons
Singh,
should be
speaking of
ignored,
Milkha Singh,
then
Anna,
ignore them. What about Sania Mirza
Salman
and
Khan's
Saina
father,
Nehwal?
Salim Khan.
Nehwal, are they not recognized?
Well, Salman Khan's father, Salim Khan, did not have very charitable words, Vishal, to say about Milkha Singh. And here is a man who is, you know, right next to being a national treasure for our country. And Salim Khan goes on to say that if it wasn't for Bollywood, he would have slipped into oblivion.
Well, I mean, I think that is the most ridiculous statement I could have possibly heard. I mean, we all know the stature of Mr. Milkha Singh. Most of us
Is it
have
ego talking? Are these guys megalomaniacs?
Yes, of course it is ego. I mean, let's face it. When we talk about Bollywood raising money for sport, I mean, let me just put a few things in perspective.
Right.
Mr. Milkha Singh took 1 rupee to give his movie rights. Okay, the movie made more than 100 crores.
That movie was a hit.
Okay, Mary Com's movie, how many crores did that make? Did any of these movies create a fund where they said that we'll give a part of our profits to develop and help sport in this country? Did any of them do any of that sort? So I don't think the real heroes are making the real heroes relevant in today's day and age. It's the
Absolutely.
real heroes who are helping these guys make millions and millions of rupees, and then they just turn around and say, oh what, we're doing you a favor? That's just so preposterous. That's ridiculous.
Right. Murad, coming back to you, just the concept of having a Bollywood celebrity endorse a mega event like the Olympics, do you think there is, it on its own amplifies an innate problem with the IOA?
See, it's not a problem as such with the IOA, it's the problem of which all of us are facing. We are in a denial mode, and we are in a denial mode to say that, you know, the sports person in this country are celebrities and sports person in this country can raise funds. It is
Right.
not that way. I mean, all of us have faced it. Vishal must have faced it. I have faced it. Everybody, every sports person who has come to that stage has come after getting thrown out of I'm using a strong word, thrown out of corporate offices that, you know, you are not a cricketer. Why should we support you?
Right.
This is not, and people have, I have had young sports persons coming with tears when they are trying to get something, because there is no money which comes in. And let me tell you, you don't get medals for the country just on, you know, encouragement and fresh air. You need money to get your technical support. You need money for
so what you're
everything.
saying is Salman Khan is
We
the type
need-
of a name that you need, so
of
that
course,
the
you know,
sponsors will gravitate towards you.
I'm sitting on this TV channel, I'm giving example of TV. When the TRP increases, your rates increase. And when the rates increase, the corporate put in more money. Now, if Olympic sports tomorrow sells because of whatever reason, if Salman is there, because of him this Olympic sports sell, it's a welcome change. We are getting money for the sports, for those youngsters who are striving to win for the country.
But Murad, firstly, we don't know where this money is going to go. There has been no
Right.
clarity on
That's
that.
a different issue.
No,
That's
one
a
second.
different
There's
issue
no clarity.
altogether.
Now,
Vishal.
let me
Do
ask
you
you a
agree with
question.
my first point? First tell me
I
that.
agree that we need more money in sport in
Fine.
India. Agree. Now, to address the other issue of Salman Khan, are you
That's a corruption issue. Let's discuss it separately.
No, that's different.
Yeah.
But on a separate issue, are you telling me that Mary Kom, Bhaichung Bhutia cannot galvanize the northeast of India and make the Olympic spirit more popular there? Are you telling me that PT Usha
Vishwanathan
can't do
Anand,
it in the south
Leander
of India,
Pace,
Leander Pace can't do it
Padukone.
in the east or west of India, Padukone, the Indian hockey team, Sardar Singh, Pargat Singh, all these guys are not heroes who, if I'm not saying have one brand ambassador, I'm saying Make a whole team. Let them go to different regions of the country.
Absolutely. Okay.
Vishal, they're already doing it.
Murad and Vishal, I'd like to hold you here for a second because we have our first caller, Balbir, who's calling us from Delhi. Balbir, if you can hear my voice, go ahead. Do you have a question or do you have a point? Balbir, can you hear me? Okay, I think we've lost connection with Balbir over there. Coming back to you, Vishal, you know, the concept of having a Bollywood star, and I've more or less, I will rephrase the question I asked Murad, that, you know, the concept of having a Bollywood star, is it some sort of a scapegoat that a lot of associations have adopted over the years?
Well, I mean, you know, the thing is this. I mean, I agree with Murad to the extent that, yes, we need more money in sport. And Bollywood definitely is going to bring you more eyeballs. Having said that, let's look at the past. If we're saying that Bollywood comes in and promotes these leagues, XYZ, how much money are these Bollywood actors taking as brand ambassadors, and how much are the athletes who are playing in these leagues actually getting paid? For example, let's take an example of Kabaddi. The highest paid player in the Kabaddi league is paid 7.5 lakhs. What is the brand ambassador Bollywood hero getting paid? Couple of crores?
Of course.
Okay, so who's benefiting more? So this whole idea, this whole, you know, notion that somehow Bollywood is doing a favor to sport is absolutely ridiculous. These are business deals that Bollywood people are making using sport to further their own cause. They're making millions and millions of rupees through sport, but they're insinuating that they're doing sport a favor by doing that. That I do not buy.
Exactly. And talking about insinuation, Anna, coming back to you, Salman Khan, in that latest press conference that we all saw, where you had Mary Com also along with him, he went on to say that, you know, I'm here to give a boost to these athletes. Now, a lot of people would have found that to be, you know, something that might improve our chances of getting a medal at the Olympics. But a lot of people were offended also that as to how can Salman galvanize our Olympic team or our Olympic prospects into getting a medal. I think we've lost touch with Anna. Vishal, posing the same question to you.
Yeah, I've been a big critic of this. I've absolutely and completely come out vociferously against this. This is the most ridiculous thing Salman Khan could have said. You are taking away the hard work, effort, blood, sweat and tears of these athletes over their entire lifespan. You cannot possibly suggest that you will come and suddenly say कि मैं पीछे से धक्का मारूंगा, and because Salman Khan तुम्हें बोल रहा है that you'll get a medal, you'll be more galvanized.
Sounds like a savior, something that he does in his movies.
We play for national pride.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Okay,
Murad knows.
Okay, let me get a caller in. Let me get a caller in. We have Pradeep who's joining us from Delhi. Pradeep, go ahead. Do you have a question or you have a suggestion regarding this debate that we're having on current issues?
Well, my question is directly to Mr. MCG gold winner. Just wanted to understand that, do you guys really realize that how many people are really looking up to you guys and thinking of, that they're having a future with the sports fraternity? Irrespective of the questions, irrespective of the, the comments, the things that are coming out from the, celebrity leagues and all. And I do understand that Sunil Gavaskar says that, how come IPL is earning so much money with the celebrity thing coming in. But the fact is that there are people to whom people really look up to. There are athletes in the Indian subcontinent, from the B grade, C grade region, who are seeing you as the, icon.
So what you're saying that, well, you're more or less substantiating the point that we have been making, Murad, that he's saying that we already have athletes who do deserve to, be put on the pedestal that Salman has been given. Why wasn't that kind of a thinking resorted to? Why wasn't a Padukone? Why wasn't a Leander Pace? Are they not worthy enough to galvanize a nation of 1 billion people into following this particular sport?
See, I have been a sports person. I've represented India for 15 years. All of us have. I mean, we have been fighting again. I mean, fighting under the national flag, so to speak, for a long time. We know what sports is all about. We know what winning is all about. We know what struggle is all about. And if you see over the past 60 plus years after the independence, that is the concept that we have been working on. But where are we leading to? We are not having enough money to support the grassroots athletes. What the government is doing, government has enough money only for the elite athletes, the top scheme, TOP scheme.
Right.
Where only the athletes who get selected and who are going to be at the Olympics get funded completely. But to reach that stage, you need funds right from the beginning. We are not getting those funds. We have been trying.
Right.
We have our own
And
heroes, but those heroes are not
more
able to
often than
generate
not,
funds.
more often than not,
we need that money to
Vishal,
come up.
The financial module or model of the IPL is also sought after because IPL has been a hit because of the celebrity quotient which is attached to it. But here we are talking about a particular event which has celebrities associated with the tournament because they have a stake in it. Salman Khan also has a stake in this because he has a movie coming out called Sultan in which he's playing a wrestler.
I mean, that's
ridiculous.
what
Can
I've
we put
heard.
2 into 2 together?
No,
I
that's
mean,
ridiculous.
there can be a case made for it, there can be a case made against it. But having said that, I mean, Murad will agree with me on this. That you've worked all these years, you've worked hard to win a medal for India. When you're standing on that podium and the national anthem goes on.
But what are the odds of this coincidence?
I mean,
that's a different
for me,
field.
it is a big coincidence, and yes, there can be a case.
But as a
made
journalist, we are not allowed to believe in coincidences.
well, I mean, sometimes people do question the intelligence of all of us, but we're not that stupid.
Okay, let's get in Lakshya from Delhi. Lakshya, go ahead, make your point.
I'm really surprised at why we are having this kind of conversation. I think if Salman Khan is supporting specific sports and if he's supporting and will get the specific sport will get some money, I think this is good. Salman Khan is not taking any specific amount. He's promoting a sport, and if his name gets money, what's bad in it? Because Olympic needs money a lot. They don't have enough money to spend. They don't have any enough money to get facilitated those players. So if Salman Khan gets money, I think it's good idea, and we should go ahead.
Well, so Oprah Winfrey said that success is nothing but opportunity meeting a particular moment. Anna, we were just talking about the fact that Sultan is going to be released at the same time, when the Rio Olympics are going to take place. Do you find this to be a serendipity or some sort of a coincidence which just happened to have?
We can be very naive and say it is just a coincidence and it isn't, there wasn't any design in it. But let's look at the context of it. The IOA the sports ministry may claim that the IOA operates independently, but the fact is that we know of the amount of government influence, and we also know that it just so happens that that Salman happens to be a major star who has been supportive of this present government. He appeared with Narendra Modi during the 2014 election campaign. Salim Khan, his father, is known to be close to Narendra Modi. So please let's not pretend that this is just a coincidence. There is a huge imagery over there that is going to help the promotions of Sultan, because he's playing a wrestler and this is a sporting event. And Yogeshwar Dutt, I completely respect him for having brought up this issue, because it takes courage to bring up this issue.
He was the first one to do so. He was the first one to do so. Right now, Anna.
Why isn't it?
Yogeshwar,
we have a caller. We have a caller. Sunil is calling us from Mumbai. Sunil, go ahead.
I don't understand, why each and every time we are turning towards the film industry for getting a brand ambassador. It's the insult to our own players, who are already there. We have great Milkha Singh. Why aren't we turning towards them? We can have Salman Khan as a supporting, person to the great Milkha Singh, in getting the funds, if the funds is a matter. So that's what my point is.
Valid point.
Yeah, absolutely. If Mr. Milkha Singh can get all the funds, then keep him as a goodwill ambassador. Let him get all the funds. He has been there for long. He is respected. Everybody knows Mr. Milkha Singh. Then remove Salman Khan as the goodwill ambassador. Get Mr. Milkha Singh, and let's see how it goes. Because
we already spoke about the funds issue, and there is no auditing system in place. There is no way to verify.
That's
what
a different
kind of
topic altogether. Let's not get into audit and corruption and all that.
You brought
That's
the
a
funds
different
up, so I'm
topic.
asking Vishal that is this a topic that should have been addressed before Salman was actually picked up as the brand ambassador or the goodwill ambassador?
Okay, I'm going to side with Murad on this to the extent that yes, we need a lot more money into sport. Okay, having said that, I'm of the opinion that we don't need to have one brand ambassador. I think if the IOA got all the sporting stars together,
goodwill ambassador,
and helped them, we created a team and helped them raise money, we would have been far more effective doing that. I'm saying do that. Change this mindset that everything in this country has to only. So you know, we're telling our future generations that, boss, you may work as hard as you want, but unless you get the support of some Bollywood, you know, hero or heroine or something, your value is zero. Your hard work is zero. That is not the right message we're sending to our future generations.
Right. Okay. Well, a lot of messages were sent to a lot of generations through this show today, and at this point in time, we have to end the show. But thank you everyone for joining us. Anna, thank you so much for taking out your time and giving us your valuable feedback. Vishal Uppal and of course Murad, thank you so much for being in the studio and talking to us. That's all we have on current issues. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep watching News World India. Thank you.